Are we live?
All right, check.
Uh,
I guess we're gonna do this then.
yeah, we're gonna do it.
All right.
Well, hold on. So let me
You wanna let some people come in?
yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna just give a few more minutes for some other guests to join. We got a pretty good agenda for you today. So
They just
just
getting Instagram up real quick.
yeah, so just hang tight with us.
If you're here right now, that mean that you really mess with your boy, and I appreciate it. Cause you here at 4 o'clock on the dot. Yeah. So is that gonna point? Do I need to set that up? I can have access to it
Hey, yeah, you got to post it on his. You got to post it on his Twitter as well.
on my story.
It's on your story. Hit the submit
See,
button.
submit your
Yeah.
story.
But then you also got to post it on his Twitter. That link. Where's that link? You have it saved. Oh, okay.
Get the Twitter.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I got everything on here but Facebook. Here, can't you just go live from Twitter? No, I guess not. You do the scene, yeah.
It's all right. You can wait just a moment. We're waiting on a few more people to get in. It's all right.
It's a good day. Good day. Well, in case you don't know, my name's Maurice Hawkins. I'm a professional poker player. You might know me as the guy that you heard behind you, the guy you hear in front of you, the guy you hear next to you. This is not a midnight love channel. This is a podcast. Even though my voice sound like it. No,
There
I'm
he
joking. I'm
goes.
joking.
Here he goes. I'm gonna do a little. I'll do an intro or whatever it is, and then we'll get rolling. Once they give us the okay.
Good to go? All right. That live link work on Instagram for sure? All right, cool. All right. Are we good to go?
It's posted on Twitter too. Cool.
We
All
good
right.
to go.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. So I want to take a moment to thank everybody who's tuning in. A little bit behind schedule, but want to thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know right in the middle of the day at 4 o'clock, but definitely appreciate you for taking the time out. My name is Byron. I'm the host, and then we have
Your boy,
the
Maurice Hawkins.
Maurice Hawkins in the building, the World Series of Poker GOAT. Before we get started, I just want to say that I'm just the moderator. Okay. My job is really just to ask the questions and let Maurice kind of tell his truth. So we got a laundry list of questions that we have here that we want to kind of address. But let's go ahead and get started. And then one last thing is once we get through all of our questions and once Maurice answers all of my questions, we'll open it up to you guys to where you guys can ask any questions as well. So I don't know if you're watching Twitter or if you're watching YouTube or whatever, you can ask the question.
So how would they ask a question?
Through whatever channel they're watching it on, they can ask the question or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, because I'm sure there'll be some questions. So
yeah, because I really want to know what questions you have.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll get to those. Right. So
where do I go on my YouTube? On YouTube?
But that's a little bit later. We got a lot of stuff to get through. So
show me. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So Maurice, you've been in the news a lot lately.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Clickbait.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to list off a few of the platforms that you've been on, but from my understanding, there's more than this, right? But some of the big ones, Card Player, you're all over that. Poker News.
What was that title on that Card Player? Just curious.
What was the title?
Yeah.
Something scammer.
Scammer. Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got Card Player, you got Poker News, you got there's another poker player. His name is Matt Berkey. He has a successful podcast called Only Friends. He did a segment on you. You're all over Twitter, Instagram. You're, and that's the reason why we're here, is because your name has been all over the place, and it hasn't necessarily been because you've been winning. It's really more for other reasons, right? So, so again, thank you for reaching out and wanting to get on the podcast and kind of talk about it.
Right.
But I guess we're gonna jump right into it. People have been waiting. It's 4:09. They've been waiting.
Yeah.
Denise Pratt.
Right.
Who is Denise Pratt? Who is this person?
A while back, I actually taught Denise Pratt how to play poker. She took the whole course, 3 months, money back guaranteed if you don't win the amount that you put up, plus 20% of your earnings is how I structured the back end deal,
Right.
She won a bracelet, she's won a win title, and she's won numerous things since then. She became a friend of mine, and here and there she would have dinner with me, dinner with my family, and we became friends.
Right.
There are occasions where Denise would have situations with many people. I think that she just basically is she's a special person that requires a special touch, and I seem to know that touch. I would just listen to her and just weed out her feelings. But overall, she's a good person at times. But then there's times where you don't know what the hell just happened, and this is a case of where we are in a point where I don't know what the hell happened.
Right.
Between a conversation we had at one point to a conversation we had after another.
Gotcha. So let me just get some clarity. So, it seems like this is somebody you've known for a little bit of time, right? How long have you known her?
I probably know her for pre-COVID, 5-6 years. I don't know well.
Okay, so you've known her.
She's given me rides to the airport. She's talked to me about God. I mean, she's.
So I
know her. So I've had dinner with her, me and her. Like I know her. So the problem that happens with Denise is.
So when did you guys start doing business together? Because that seems where
6 or 7 years ago.
6 or 7 years ago, you guys started doing business together.
Exactly, and she became a friend of mine. At times, I would see that whenever there was a negative connotation in the news, Denise would seem to steer away from me and be like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. A lot of people don't like you. But so she seems to be swayed by public media.
Right.
And at the time that Matt Berkey gave out 3, 4, 5 days ago, that would be around the time when Denise started acting kind of weird in our negotiations or our agreement.
Okay. So as far as your most recent agreement that you had with her.
Oh, by the way, I hear you guys in the chat. That's going to be for you later. I want anybody and everybody to say or show me or be straightforward, and I will answer any question you have. I'm sorry about that.
So there's been some chat.
Yeah, I see some people said that. Let's hear them out. Huge turnout. This is awesome. That's what I'm here for. I'm actually here for the people. There's a lot of people that love me, and there's a bunch of haters. So I want to talk to the people that love me and the haters.
So let me try to ask these questions so we can give the people what they want.
Yeah, Go ahead.
So how did you start doing business? Like, it's something obviously went left recently. So how did you guys start doing business together before you get into how it went left? How did you guys start?
So the WPT, I reached out to Denise and said, I have a slot where I can play the 3,500. You always saying you want to be a part of it. Let's do it. And she was like, well, I can't give you 2-3 bullets, but I can give you 1 bullet. I'll wire you the 3,500. That night I bagged, I don't know, top 20 in chips. I go on to bus and I'm at home just back grinding PLO, just chilling, paying cash. Denise calls me up. She said, so what's next? I'm like, well, what's next is the Moneymaker Tour in Daytona. And I think I want to stay in Florida for a while because I just want to hang out. So I'm hanging out, chilling, relaxing. She's like, well, let's do that. I say, well, let's do it. I can just drive up. So I drive up to the Moneymaker Tour. She wires me, I believe at the time it was $3,000. I drive up to a Moneymaker Tour. The only expense we had
so it was 3,500 the first time, and then it was 3,000 the next.
Right. Okay. But the first 3,500 wasn't on our makeup deal. And for the people that don't know, I'm going to talk to you like you are. This is staking for dummies. When people put you in a tournament, you have something called a red number, as you do in a business. As long as they're working with you, they get their red number back. If they stop working with you, they don't get the makeup back. It is not a loan, it is a stake. People who do these type of deals will tell you that that's what this is. As long as you're working, you get your money back. This was not the case on the first. This was a one-off.
So hold on. So let me just get some clarity there. So what you're saying is she basically gave you the 3,500. She put you in the tournament for 3,500, but it was not a loan. It was
a stake.
It was a stake. So she staked you. Okay.
Right.
All right. So then what happens if you win?
If you win, she would get whatever that percentage is.
What was the percentage?
And the percentage of the WPT, since it was a harder tournament, not a layup tournament, I told her, let's do 50-50.
So it's 50-50. So if you would have won that tournament, you would have split whatever.
I would have gave her 50-50, and then I would have 1099 her the taxes, which I've done to many backers before.
Okay. So then if you lose, what happens?
In that specific scenario, the money would be gone. But going forward, when we went to Daytona, she said, all right, I'm going to try to back you in this tournament and bigger tournaments. The reason that...
So why do people even
do this?
Why do people even back other people?
Well, the reason people is because, one, it's with a winning player like myself, who's the most consistent poker player to ever play the game. You heard that, right? They back you because it's a quick way to make a lot of money. The second reason is because they either want to see your future and they want you to see you do well. And the third is just because they like you. I mean, so it's either money, emotions, or a combination of both. In the scenario going to Daytona, we started having something called makeup. Denise wired me $3,000 or Venmo me. I don't know how she did it, but she sent me $3,000. Only expense I had was the hotel room, which was $500, and that was it. That was the only expense.
So all right. So hold on. So she wired. So for Dana. So all right. So 3,500. We're past that. Now it's at 3,000. Right. She wired you 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you went to Daytona.
I played 1 bullet for 1,500. I was left with I believe it was the difference, which is 1,000. I said, can you wire me? Can you Venmo me 750 so I can have another bullet? Mm-hmm. Because I had to use 500 for the hotel. She said, sure. She Venmo me the 750. While I was charging at 2:00 in the morning, she told me to go ahead and just drive to Orlando. She wanted me to go to Minneapolis with her. We went up to Minneapolis.
You guys drove together?
No, I was by myself. Okay. I drove to Orlando.
Okay.
Went up to Minneapolis, got on a plane in Orlando.
Okay.
Landed, paid $1,100 for the plane.
All right.
I mean, $1,100 for the flight. Mm-hmm. So now it's $1,500. That's $1,100 plus $500 for the room. If you do the math on that, that's $1,500. $1,100 is $26. $500 room is $31. Now you're gonna say, what about the $750 that she sent you? Well, that $750 somehow end up being reversed. So for that trip.
What do you mean reversed?
I don't know. She said that something happened with her bank and that it was disputed. So it got reversed.
750?
Yeah, I don't know. I just took her at her word.
Okay.
During that trip, I lose, I don't know, roughly 5,900 total over everything between Daytona and that trip and buy-ins and everything. I lose about $5,900. So our makeup leaving that trip was roughly about $5,900, and I was minus $100 overall for total expenses that she would basically have to give back to me. But who's counting 100 back and forth? I'm only doing that because there's rumors out there that I'm a scammer. But so we're minus 100. Going into the next trip, we go to Tunica, Mississippi. I tell Denise, why don't you wire me $8,000?
So hold on. So so total, how much money is she in the red so far? Or are you guys in the red so far?
We're in the red, yeah. We're in the red about $5,900 makeup.
$5,900.
Right, exactly.
So it's $5,900 that you guys are in the red. And this is called makeup, you said?
It's called makeup, yeah.
It's called makeup, okay. All right. So where did things go wrong with her? It's $5,900 in the makeup. Where did things go wrong?
She gave me $3,000, I believe. $3,000 to go. She wired me $3,000. So now, to be clear, I was minus 100. She gave me $3,000 to go. I said I need to get a flight, hotels. Hotels are roughly for me about $50, $75 a night.
Mhm.
I need to get a car and I need to get a flight. She said, cool, we'll figure it out. So when it was all said and done, I had $2,000 worth of buy-ins left to use. I bought into the mini main for $400 times 5, which comes up to $2,000. In my text messages, I'm glad you're here, Denise, because you have text messages as well. I'm looking at you in the chat. And you know I have those text messages, right? So in my text messages, she says, how are you doing? I said, I just busted my last bullet. It was 5. She said, where are you at? I said, I'm here. I need you to bring me a buy. She said, okay, I'm on my way. While I was playing, well, before I busted, I said that I needed a flight for my daughter to go to, I think it was to Kansas City or something. Because she always told me, if you need anything, just let me know. I want your mind to be on the game. I said, cool, you got points because you fly me everywhere. Why don't you get my daughter a flight to Kansas City? She said, she didn't respond. I said, Denise, where you at? I need the buy-ins. She didn't respond. After that, she ends up telling me in your text, she says, you seem to be trying to take advantage of me. You think that all I've been is good to you. You think I'm a fool. I said, Denise, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand where this is coming from. She says, you're just like everybody said, you're this, you're that, and whatever. Here's a bunch of he says, she said stuff that she said that people said about me. I simply said, this is my life. I don't like how you playing with my life. I simply asked you for a flight. She said, take your liver ass home. I say,
liver, what is that?
Yeah, because she said that because
Liver?
I said, and I quote, I'm not asking for an organ. I'm just asking for a flight. You can just say no. She said, take your liver ass home. I said, Denise, you're playing with me. You're playing with my life. I'm here already. What's going on? She says, I'm done. Take your ass home. No, she says walk home or something like that.
Walk home. Okay. So
at that point, just to be clear, I have no more of her money. She told me to go home and she was getting very disrespectful.
All right. Seems like there was a lot going on there.
And Denise, I have your text messages. I will show them right now.
So what's happening is,
she's in the chat right now.
Right. So what I wanted is I wanted that to say, I don't want you being distracted because I got.
I'm sorry.
I got a list of questions.
I'll put this to the side.
Yeah. So they can wait. Yeah. They can wait and because we might touch on some of the stuff they ask.
Yeah, it is. You asking. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
So my question is this: how much money total? Because I watching what was his name? Matt Berkey's podcast
where he said that I was a scammer.
Well, he said you was a scammer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like 12 or 13,000 or 4. I don't remember the number, but how much total really is? What's the true number that she's in the red?
She's probably in the red. From our agreement,
yes.
It would be 9,500.
So it's like 90,500.
Because the first 3,500 didn't really count.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? 5,900 plus 3,000 and 6,900 is 8,900. So about roughly 9,000.
So about 9 to 10 grand, something like that.
Yeah.
So where it seems like people, and like I said, I'm not a poker player. I mean, I play poker here and there, but last time I played was in December.
Right.
We're in May. So I don't live this life here.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like there's some confusion on the whole makeup and that kind of thing.
Let me make it really clear.
Right. Well, let me say this. What it sounds like from me is it sounds like just like in business, I'm investing in something, right? Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose, right? And when you lose, you lost, right? It's like when you bet on a horse, for example, right? You bet on a horse, he wins, you make the money. If he loses,
right.
And
exactly
the
way.
The horse doesn't owe you. I'm saying, like, the money's not owed.
Is only paid back. The red number is only paid back when you continue.
When you bet on that horse again.
Bet on that horse again.
Right.
Then you will get the red number back. If you don't, it goes away. And that's one of the benefits of people backing you, that if they stop believing in you, they stop believing in their money and they stop believing in you. And they only get it back. In some cases, though, like my previous backer, if he was in a red number, I just divided the red number by 2.
Right.
And then paid them back half of it and the winnings. But to be true, that's only when you see that a person's believed in you and was with you for years and everything. That's just a token of love between two people.
Right.
But that's not what a contractual situation is.
Right. Yeah, I think there's some confusion there.
Right. And it's not a loan.
Yeah.
She didn't loan me anything.
Right.
And nor did I play with her money.
So she was the investor.
She invested,
and you were
she lost, and she told me that she did not want to do business with me anymore for whatever reason she came up with in her mind.
Right.
And she got disrespectful to the point where I said, leave me the hell alone. This is my life. You're acting bipolar. I said, at this point, I'm going to refrain from talking to you because you're getting out of pocket, basically. Well, and then she continued to be very disrespectful, which I can show to the camera, the text message.
So I wanted to ask about that. Again, I'm going to keep referring back to Berkey's podcast.
Yeah.
Which he has a very successful podcast, by the way. But in the podcast, he had put a clip of, your reaction. It was like a little clip where she recorded you on the phone, and
without context.
You had said some cuss words or whatever.
Yeah, without context.
What happened in that scenario?
First of all, to get me to that state, to get me to the state where I'm cussing, there had to be a lot of predication to that, something that led up to that. The night before, Denise was hounding me on telling me to go home, leave me alone, all these things. And I stopped. Well, not the number. It was 3 nights before, because 3 nights before is when she was hounding me. So we had no contact.
So 3 days you had no contact with her.
No contact.
So you guys weren't doing business together.
We're done.
So she's not betting on the horse. So she's not betting on the horse.
We're done.
She's
over.
She's okay. She's okay.
Said, leave me alone.
All right.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want anything, because you have disrespected me and I don't want to disrespect you. Leave me alone. Stay away from me.
Okay.
When I get to the final table, now keep in mind, I've played a tournament. I played the nightly. I played another tournament. I lost the tournament. I got to the final table of the 400. I don't know which one it was, but I don't want to misquote, because then people say we misquote. But I got to the final table, and she's there basically disrespecting me to the people that were there.
What do you mean?
My homeboy David.
So you're at the table?
I'm at the final table playing heads up. She shows up where David is, and he, in the words of him, she's like, she started off saying hi to me, but then she started going in about you, Maurice. And I text you. He did text me, do you want me to make her leave? And I was like,
who's David?
David, I don't know his last name, but David that was there.
What does he do?
He plays poker for a living.
Okay, so
I swapped with him in that tournament.
All right, 20%. so there's a guy. Okay,
I swapped in the tournament 20%. and handed him $6,000.
Okay,
but anyway, he's like, I asked him if you want to leave, and I was just like, look, I didn't respond because I was locked in.
Right.
When the tournament's over, she walks up to me and she goes, congratulations. And I'm like, yo, get away from me, bro. Like, just keep your distance. I'm good. I go over to the payout, and she's screaming, you gonna give me my money? You gonna give me my money? And I'm like, look, I don't owe you shit. And I said, get out my fucking face. And then that's when the security came, which the security was there.
Right.
I mean, it's funny that I responded with get away from me, and security broke it up to the sense where they said, oh, he's hiding behind the security, bro. So if I touch her, then I'm committing a felony. And if security's between me and her, telling her to leave and not have altercation with me, then I'm hiding. And if I yell at her, then I'm aggressive. So you just tell me what connotation you want to use against me, bro.
Well, the hint said,
I'm just curious. How do I supposed to respond?
What I had read,
we hadn't got to. I'm sorry, brother, but we hadn't got there. Then I went outside,
right? Okay,
and she followed me with her phone. If anybody gets followed with a phone, they're going to say, get the fuck out my face, bitch. I mean, that's just a natural reaction. So am I a bad guy? No, I'm a guy that's telling you I've had enough of the bullshit. Before that, the reason it led up to that is because she put in her text that I'm going to use Chad Holloway and Matt Berkey as a weapon to defame my name. And she said those words, I will report you to Chad Holloway and Matt Berkey, and they'll let everybody know what you do. And I've done nothing, bro. And I'm done. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm back.
Yeah. Nah, man, this is all for you. So you
it's
know,
cool. I try to stay calm, but these people be trying me and they don't know nothing about me. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. So from what I had also heard was that she said that you pushed her. There was something where
I didn't touch her at all. If I pushed her in a casino, then they would have. If I pushed her in a casino, then I would be locked up. They have all the cameras. So that was another claim that Matt Berkey made on his podcast that seems to be more of his continuous lies to try to throw things out that don't stick.
So you didn't push her?
Didn't touch her. Walked by her, didn't touch her.
Didn't touch her at all?
No, not bump, at all. No bump, no shove, no touch. Walked by her, said, get away from me. If anything, she was accosting me. Think about it. So black man, white woman. If I touched her, we'd be locked up right now.
Yeah, I mean,
that's real. I'm sorry, not trying to put race in it, but think about it. Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, I think if you put, I you know,
I'm just saying, if I touched her, I'll be locked up, bro.
Probably if you put
we're in Mississippi. Come on now. She did, and oh, by the way, she did bring the cops to the hotel to try to get me locked up.
Why?
Oh yeah, the security told me that she came up there trying to get them to throw me out the hotel.
Over $9,000 of makeup?
Makeup that wasn't a loan that I didn't owe her. Yes, she did all that. And then she contacted Matt Berkey, which it seemed like anyway, I don't know. It seemed a little weird, but go ahead. Do your thing, bro. You're the moderator. I'm done talking. Moderate.
Wow. Yeah, so I think I mean, there's a lot here, but let's continue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave Denise Pratt alone for a second.
Yeah, let
you calm down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I already brought his name up a couple times because, you know, he's a major voice with all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Berkey. So, how do you know this guy? Do you know this guy?
I don't know him. I think he's just one of those people that has like a stickler for me. I feel like he uses my name for clickbait. His podcast was going up, going down. Just trying to get viewerships, and I'm a name that's polarizing in the poker world, and it's polarizing because I win all the time.
Right,
I'm consistent. So instead of just saying, "Yo, we might have one of the next greatest poker players to live," they go, "Maurice Hawkins won. Look at this negative stuff. Maurice Hawkins won. Look at this negative stuff."
Right.
And it's not like negative multiple things. It's one situation that they bring up every year around World Series of Poker time, so that I can't get any form of leverage to play the bigger events if I needed it.
Got you. Why do you think? Have you really heard from the grapevine, or have you thought about why do you think he's attacking you like this? Because it seems as if on the outside looking in, it seems as if he's using his platform, which he's got a big one. You know, all poker players in the community, right? So. Seems like he's using his platform to attack you. You know, have you spoken to him about it? Or why haven't you went on to his podcast?
I've reached out to him and said, is there a way that I can come on? We can talk about this. Nothing. The only person that really did reach out to me that I respect in this moment is Jungle Man.
Jungle Man?
Jungle Man. I don't know him. He's one of the best poker players in the world as well.
Okay.
He texted me. Somehow he got my number. He texted me and he asked me about the allegations. And I told him and sent him 2 screenshots, one of the Venmo being sent back and the other one of Denise saying, go home. And I said, this is what you're mad at, that I lost $2,000 of our bankroll. And she says, go home. And I text him that. And he said, you know what, you really should do something to clear your name because enough's enough. And that's when I reached out to you. Okay. So shout out to Jungle Man. I don't know you, bro, but you're a good dude. And that always made me teary and I don't have much emotions.
All right, so back to Matt Berkey, right? So you say you don't know him,
never met him. Well, I met him, but Obviously,
but you've never had a conversation with him.
But he has made some slick comments while I'm at the table. Those indirect slick comments, like I'm not smart enough to understand.
So I noticed
I'm a biology major.
I noticed that when I was watching the podcast, right? I noticed that he was calling you out your name a lot.
Yeah, he called me scum. He loves to call me words that have zero validation, but he can just say them freely. He likes to be disrespectful. He likes to say things like, "Oh, Maurice might have been backed by 2 or 3 people. We don't know." Oh, he likes to say things like, "Oh, I know multiple people that Maurice owes," but yet he never named a name. "Oh, I know this situation and that situation." He likes to make allegations, comments of a defamation against me, just to I don't know. He's trying to hinder my growth, bro.
Why?
He's trying to keep me down.
Why?
I don't know. And I don't know if he understands what the word libel is, or liable, or whatever the word is, where you talk deadly or down on somebody.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's messing me up, bro.
Yeah. I heard him call you several names, and like I said, I don't know him either. Be honest with you, from a fan standpoint, which is what I am, I got a lot of respect for his game. He plays in a lot of them big games,
and
a lot of the cat. I think he's more.
I respect his game, but
he
hasn't done anything this year, and he didn't do much last year.
Well, I don't know about tournament style.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Must be some envy or something. He might have cashed for like $300K one time, 2-3 years ago, but he's basically irrelevant, and he wants to be relevant by using my name.
How many times do you think he's used your name in his podcast?
He's probably said my name out his mouth enough to brush his teeth and see the relevance of it just rolling around in his mouth. He's probably talked about me alone over 7 hours.
Really?
Yeah, at least 7 hours.
On his podcast.
I mean, he did a specific podcast with no proof about the situation that happened with me and Denise, and put in the title, Scammer Maurice, victims of Scammer Maurice again. Scammer Maurice this, scam. And this is over the world. This is irreplaceable. I mean, irreplaceable. You can't get that back. People are going to see it and automatically think I have people who are going to invest in me that don't pick up the phone call anymore. I mean, come on, bro. And you might ask, why do I want an investor? I want an investor because it's like leverage in the stock market. You want to play the 25Ks and the 50Ks, and your bankroll is only 60K. So you leverage your money. So I gave Denise a layup in Tunica because I win between 50 and 100K at every stop I go to. So maybe we'll build some momentum until we can get into the big boys. Maybe play 100K, maybe play a 200K. Who knows? She says that she was flush with money and she could make these things happen. She sold me a dream, and then she just basically used Matt Berkey as a vehicle to defend, for defamation. And there's more people that are doing it as well. And
so you sure you've never had any bad blood?
I don't know this, bro.
I'm just saying, anybody who's going to mention, any grown man that's going to mention your name 20 times.
I don't know this man.
I'm just saying, if he's got to be something going on there. Let me ask you this. Does he attack anybody else like this?
Or is it just I don't think he does. I think it's just me.
Just you?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. I'm surprised you haven't reached, tried to get, well, you said you have tried to get on this podcast. So, I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the podcast is gone now.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's interesting that his name is all throughout the whole thing in this. And you don't really know why.
I don't know.
Have you ever done anything to him?
I don't know him at all.
That's strange. All right. Well, let's change gears. Let's move to another name, Randy Garcia.
Yeah.
All right. So you had a business dealing with him in 2017.
Right.
And so quite some time ago. It looks like things went south.
Right.
2019, there was a judgment put on you.
Yeah. So I was young and foolish and didn't understand what going to court
So hold on,
was.
let me see. So before you get into it.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you know Randy? Like, how did you?
I met him through somebody else who said, "Hey, there's a guy who likes to back poker players."
So this is something that he does,
right? And I've been a winner for a long time.
Okay.
So I reached out, got his number, and he was like, "Yeah, we can do some things."
Okay.
I probably made him 180,000. He probably lost back 60 or 70 of that 180,000.
So hold on. So you made him 180,000.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you mean that are you guys? Let me ask this: are you guys
He's profitable.
He's profitable.
I handed him back probably. He probably lost back about 60 or 70 of that 180,000.
Okay.
And he told me at that point he didn't want to back me anymore. He had some stuff going on with his sister, and basically that was it.
All right. So he has the right to say,
I said, cool.
I don't want to do this no more. Yep.
He tells me, just get the money you owe me to me when you can.
So when he said that, how much did you owe him at that point?
20, 25,000 maybe.
So you owed him 20, 25,000. When he said this is over with, I don't want to do business with you, you owed him 20,000.
25,000. And then I think.
So how'd you arrive at $116,000?
I believe he added the makeup on it when he went to court and came up with numbers and interest. And since I didn't show up, he got a judgment against me.
So how much is the real number?
20, 25,000, which I paid back probably about 8. And currently I was paying him. It wasn't the number he wanted, but I was paying him slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably just my personal feeling because of the fact of people don't know that he's threatened me multiple times. He had a person come after me. He told me he would go to Poker News. He's been in Poker News.
What do you mean he's threatening you? He had a person come after you?
I mean, during COVID,
those are big statements.
Yeah, he had a person, like a bill collector person say that he was going to put harassment on my wife, and he was going to go after her earnings at her job. And the man told me that if I don't pay, he was going this. And then he had a person say he was going to come see me. And I mean, just all different kind of threats. And I didn't like them.
So, all right. So
it was a personal situation why I didn't want to.
All right. So you guys started in 2017. You had some success. Obviously, if you made him 180,000.
Right.
You kept going.
Won the Monster Stack. So he won marathon with him. Won North Carolina with him. Won Iowa with him.
So he made some money.
He made some money, bro.
Okay.
He probably made about 180 in his pocket clean.
Okay.
Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know the real number.
All right.
So long ago.
So then it was 60,000 that he had invested and he kept losing. So you went on a downswing. It sounds like.
And he was like, I'm good.
So he was good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
during that time, I did lose some money here and there of the bankroll, but I won it back and paid them back. So we had some situations for sure.
All right. So is there a plan to where are you guys? Where's your relationship with him now? Are you still paying him, or what's going on now?
He basically told me
what's the plan to pay him back?
He told me to give him a lump sum after I won, or else he was going to do what he did, was go back to Poker News, and then Chad Holloway was going to defame my name again, which Chad Holloway did again. So he did exactly what he said he was going to do, and then now I supposed to be the better guy of it all. And hey, pay this guy who keeps trying to destroy me. The man is literally trying to destroy me and everything I've ever worked for. I don't really understand. I am a good dad. I am a good man. I'm a good brother. I'm a good husband. I'm a good friend. I've been a good everything. I don't understand why a man would want to destroy me. If he wanted to just talk to me regular, we could do it. But it's not like, oh, Maurice, forget about the past and just do this now. Maurice, forget about the past and just do this now. I was paying the man slowly. Still is paying him slowly. Until he told me, do this or else.
What does the paying him slowly mean? What does that mean?
I don't know, 500 here, 1,000 here. During COVID, when nobody else had a job, I was giving 2,400, 2,300, 2,100. I mean, I was paying them.
COVID's a long time ago.
I know that, but I've been paying them. You know what I'm saying? And then, my career fluctuates. It's not until the last 2-3 years where I start making a lot of money. But I'm not gonna lie, deep down inside, I got a little resentment to the way and the manner that he destroyed my name in the media.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. It says that Maurice is not paying his backers. It's not that I won and didn't pay this man. It's I won, and then he simply said, I don't want to back you anymore. Pay me back the rest when you can.
Okay. So I think where the argument is there, right? And
he has a judgment on me.
No, like I'm saying is I'm going to stay neutral with it. But where the argument is there is that you've won.
Why haven't I paid him off? Yeah, because I'm personal. It just feels dirty every time I hand him $1 because he disrespected me and tried to end me. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give him a damn $1. I'm just being real with you. The only reason that I'm paying him back is because of my morality. And I know that I should.
So how often have you paid him? When was the last time you paid him?
I don't know. I sent them like 500. I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I don't know. When it was.
Okay, so you actively still paying them something.
Right.
Okay.
And it was of the 20 or 30 that we agreed on.
Got you. So if you get one of these big scores, it probably wouldn't, probably wouldn't be bad to maybe, throw them a chunk, maybe. Just get it over with.
Let me ask you a question. While that might be the most logical thing, if a person tried to finish you, what would you do? But you're not the person on the question here. But I mean, I guess the right thing would be just to give them a lump sum. Yes.
You're giving them something. So
if I get a big score,
you're giving them something
where it makes sense, I would pay him off. Yes.
But I'm saying,
yes, I would pay him off.
You're giving them something.
I would pay him off.
So it's not like you're not giving them nothing.
If I get a big score and I made enough to
but my thing is this, right? If you're paying something, it's not what what he wants. But if you're paying something, that shows some type of something.
It became a point where he told me basically, he said, I don't want a little bit. I want 20,000 or else. That's where it became. It always became, give me 20,000 or else.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't do well with the or else's. I know I'm gonna choose the or else. I'm just telling you straight up. I know I'm gonna choose we can do the or else. And then that's a problem because, I'm a grown ass man and I believe in that. So.
Okay. All right. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was actually profitable with you.
Yeah, it's profitable.
He's made 100%. So
he just,
he's made 120. So he's up on you.
Yeah. So this narrative, like Maurice doesn't pay backers. Oh, Maurice doesn't pay back.
That's interesting to know.
Backer.
I mean, granted, like
backer.
Granted, whatever. He has a judgment.
Yeah.
He has a judgment or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But it's interesting to know that he's made 120,000 off.
I can tell you multiple people who's backed me, and all of them has made money with me, except for Denise Pratt because she probably quit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I win all the time, bro.
All right. So it sounds like you guys are kind of working that thing out. You're still paying him, not paying him a ton, but you giving him something.
He went to the news and they started saying that I was a scandalous.
So then the reason why his name came up, right? Because I know that was in 2017.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a long time ago.
And they revisit that article every year before the WSOP.
Why do you think they do that?
Because it's targeted at me to make sure that I'm not able to be in the limelight.
Okay. So do you think he has something to do with Denise?
Well, they were on Twitter together going at Jungle Man, asking him to put me on a scammer site to make other people aware of my scams, which none of this is a scam.
Gotcha.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And how do I supposed to respond to that? Oh, I got an idea. I got a real idea. Good luck.
So from 2019 all the way up until recent, obviously you weren't working with Randy anymore.
No.
And you just recently started working with Denise.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what were you doing between that? Because I have a guy who goes by the name of Cody.
Okay. Yeah, Cody backed me until recently. Cody's been backing me for about 2.5 years.
So who's he? He's another
poker player, really good poker player. His name's William Stanford.
So you worked with him for about 2.5 years?
Yeah, that's like my brother.
Okay. Were you guys profitable?
Yes. I mean, I won everything with him.
Okay.
I mean, we got jokes where he got pulled over by the cops and they had over 200,000 in cash and they had to call me to verify that he didn't rob me. And they came to my suite in Cherokee and asked me, do I know this man?
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think we're profitable.
All right. So you guys are profitable. Okay. Yeah. How's your relationship with him now?
He's my guy.
Okay. Why aren't you still working with him now?
Because I wanted to move on and start having 100% of myself. But as the WSOP started to lurk, I started seeing I needed a little bit of leverage in order to play the
Which is when
events,
Denise came.
Which is where I thought Denise was going to be, and the guy that stopped answering my phone call because of all of this.
Got you.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing is with Denise, it's not.
I didn't do anything.
But I'm saying it's not really that much money though either.
I didn't. It's not money because it's not owed to her at all.
If we're gonna be honest, 10, 12. What are we talking? 10, 12 grand.
But
I'm not saying it's nothing. But we're not talking about like it's.
But it's not owed to her at all.
Huge sums of money.
I didn't take it. I didn't steal it.
She invested it in you.
She invested and she lost.
She invested in you and lost. Yeah. Okay.
You don't get to lose and then be like, yo, I want my money back. That's not the way. That's like pushing all in on a flush draw, bricking and being like, yo, you know what? I was just playing.
Right.
You don't get to do that.
Right.
And then on top of that, let's go to the news and say that guy's a scammer.
Right.
You didn't scam, lady. You invested and you lost.
You invested the money and lost. Like
Yeah.
I invest the money into the stock market. Yeah. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it go down.
Yeah, but see, my thing is this. I wonder, will they post this as a form of vindication? Because if need be, I can just show these text messages where it shows her saying, go home. So, I don't know. They won't ever post
like
this.
I said, there's just some confusion there, because the way that it's being pitched is as if like someone gave you, like Denise gave you $12,000 and you were supposed to pay her back.
That's called a loan. That's not an investment in a poker player.
Right.
Yeah. That's not the way that works. So I won with my money and moved on with my life. I did not take a dime from her for that. And nor did I have any of her money left over. And she told me that she doesn't want to work with me anymore. And basically, I'm evil and all the bottom of the earth and emoji, and all the rest of the things.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's clear on how this whole thing works?
She should be clear. She's backed before.
But I'm saying it's new to me. It's new to me. So a lot of people probably don't know.
The only reason she's acting like this is probably because her feelings got hurt.
What do you mean? What do you mean her feelings got hurt?
Because if you keep on disrespecting me over and over in text, and then saying that, at one point she told me that she thought that I didn't buy in 5 times. So I sent her a nice text that said, receipt, fuck you, receipt, fuck you, receipt, fuck you, receipt, fuck you. Basically, after 39 disrespectful texts, I said that and showed the proof that here are all your receipts, lady.
So she thought you were taking the money and doing
doing whatever. Because I think she's persuaded by like what Berkey was saying 3 days prior, and then just started getting caught in her man that I'm hustling her somewhere.
So okay, and that's kind of how it seems like.
I mean, that's what happened.
That's how it seems. It seems like
he's hindering my profession again.
It seems like you got people sending you money, and then you goofing it off, doing whatever you want with it, and then you're supposed to pay them back, and you're not paying them back. But in reality, they're gambling. They're taking a gamble that you'll go to a tournament and
there was
win.
A receipt. And there was the makeup number. Every time I bought in, there was a receipt, the makeup number with how I'm playing and what I'm playing.
Right.
Think about this, bro. I'm one of the best players in the world. There's people who are 300,000 in makeup, 400,000 in makeup. My makeup number has never been above 60,000 or 50,000 because I win before it gets above that. Why is it that my makeup number is that and I don't get those opportunities? It's because of all of this hindrance to keep me down. These articles, this fake reputation that they're putting out there, the slander that they're putting out there, all of this is hindering me.
So let's continue on. And Berkey keeps coming up in this, but in his podcast, he says that something about him and Denise reached out to him or something like that. Do you think that maybe, do they know? I mean, obviously they know each other if they're talking.
He said that they talked in the past, which didn't make sense because she said that she had bad business with me, but I taught her how to play poker and she handed me over $40,000 in cash. And she won and then handed me another $18,000 when she won. And on top of that,
was she a winning player before she met you?
She was not a winning player. She became a winning player 3 weeks after meeting me. And she was in the Trump Hotel Tower where she ended up having her lessons, and she went over to the Win and won a tournament there. I don't understand how that's not a good relationship. If I didn't have a good relationship with Denise, then why would she have dinner with me every single time I was in Vegas? Why would she go around with my family? Why would she call me for breakfast? Why would she hang out with me? Why would she drive me to the airport? Why would she buy my little baby girl clothes for her when she was just born? Why would she talk to me at all? So these are the type of lies that this man spreads with no validation.
Well, I think
this is what he does.
Well, this is, but then
as a culture,
right? But then
because there's somebody else that does it as well,
right? But then also though, you got to look at it based on what he said. She called him.
Oh yeah, she called him then.
Right. So yeah, you can point the finger at him and say, hey, but
she called him.
But then you also got to look at her.
She's spreading lies as well.
Right. Yeah. So
she's defaming my name
because if somebody bought something for my baby girl. That's somebody I have an intimate relationship with.
Yeah, we cool.
That's not a regular person.
No, we were.
So I really wonder what went south, what clicked in her brain when she was like, all right, 10, 12,000.
She was literally my 7-star companion at one point.
What do you mean?
I made her my companion on 7. I'm a 7-star. I made her my companion so she would get the same perks and everything at all the casinos. She was my 7-star companion. I mean, she was a person that I felt was close to me. And what she's done to me is I'm getting phone calls from people with racist statements. I'm getting negative press over and over again. I already was getting negative press. Now I'm getting even more. And I mean, at this point, I don't really understand how I'm going to be able to leverage my money in the World Series. But as long as I just go to Cherokee and, win up, then I'll be all right.
So I'm gonna jump to another name that I seen. So I don't know any of these guys. I just want to reiterate, I don't know. I have never met. I don't, I'm a real estate and insurance guy. That's what I am, and a podcast studio owner, right? So I just want to make sure I throw that out there. But there's another guy here, Chad Holloway, who has a podcast as well.
Yeah, I get real serious when I start thinking about him,
right?
Because he's like one of the initiators of this whole culture.
Who is he? Who's Chad Holloway?
Trying to hinder my success and my growth.
Who is this?
He's a reporter for PokerNews.com.
Okay, what's your beef with him? Like, what happened?
I have no clue what the beef came from, but basically he keeps putting my name on his platforms, telling people that I'm scum. He posted on Twitter that this is how it happens when you deal with Maurice from the Denise thing. Before that, he says, I don't pay my backers back. There's an article that comes out every year right before the World Series, if not every, but every other year.
So he's a writer for
Poker News. He's a writer for Poker News.
So he's not the owner of Poker News?
No, he's not at all.
Who's the owner of Poker News?
I have no clue, but he's using Poker News as a vehicle.
But hold on a second. So the articles don't just go out, right?
You would think there was some checks and balances.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you, in my business, ain't nothing going down without my wherewithal. Right. Especially something like this. Like, stuff don't just be happening. Like, I don't just, like, my insurance agents don't just be saying whatever they want to say on the phone and me not know.
Right.
Right. My question is the Chad Holloway is working. So basically he's working for Poker News. Why is Poker News allowing this type of?
I mean, I think they're allowing it, and not only they're allowing it, they're trying to put it in every article, because he's not the only one that makes articles like this.
Right.
Every time my name is mentioned on Poker News, it puts in there that I have a backer dispute, that I have been known to be this or that or whatever, and it's just negative connotations at all times. There's never an article saying Maurice has won. There's always an article saying Maurice has won, but look at this, he owes this guy, or he's done this or that. There's always a negative connotation associated with my name. Even card players.
Even though you're making payments to Randy, there's still
negative connotation.
So even though you're making payments to him,
does not matter.
It doesn't matter. Even if you're trying to satisfy
does
that,
not matter.
Slow or fast,
does not matter.
They're still doing that.
Does not matter.
Okay.
And it's to the point where other articles and other news associates are jumping on the bandwagon of this herd mentality and throwing out all this defamation on my name, my likeness, and my ability is being hindered. And they're throwing it out there, and nobody ever fact checks anything.
Yeah, there was something I seen on Card Player yesterday that you had the most viewed article.
Yeah. And the most viewed and the number 6 most viewed.
Right. And then you were the most viewed for the month too.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, oh, snap. So
yeah. And the Card Player says scammer or something, something about Maurice Hawkins being a scammer.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest sites in America. And if you just read that, the first thing is Maurice is a scammer. That's just what you're gonna think.
Yeah, so I would think. So you keep saying Chad Holloway, but there's just being a business guy. There's somebody above that's approving these things.
Yeah.
So Chad Holloway is.
He has a podcast too,
right?
It's Chad Holloway's on there.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you're saying his name, but you need to figure out who the real person is,
right?
Because
they're allowing it.
Exactly, yeah.
They're allowing it.
So whoever above him, above him is the guy that he.
I hate to use this analogy. It was kind of like back in the day when school shooters would go in, and before they wouldn't punish the parents, but now they punish the parents because they're allowing it. You know what I'm saying? These things are being allowed.
Yeah, somebody's allowing that.
They're allowing it.
I think it's to
get the gun.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know what the reason is. It's interesting to hear that you know Chad. I thought, you know what? Whenever you had mentioned Chad Holloway, because I'm not in that space. I thought he was the owner of Poker News.
And then
you said Chad Holloway Poker News. I'm thinking he's the owner of it.
Then think about this, bro. I mean,
so he's not even the owner of it.
There's a judgment against me, but
right.
Are there not other things you can talk about when you think about me?
Yeah, but I bet.
How about the fact that I win every stop I go to?
But I can guarantee Maurice, if you look at the poker players and you look at their credit and you look at if these guys got judgments, I guarantee there's a list of people in that field.
Bro, my thing is this, bro. There's people that done bad things. They don't talk about that.
Right, come on, man.
They win. They don't put that in there. Right. I'm not a person that throws other people in, but there's people out there that have done major things. Right. But when they win, they say nothing. They don't say nothing. They say nothing.
Right.
And they have one little discredit on my life.
Are any of these names like notable names?
And then the best, it's a lot of notable names, and I'm not gonna say their names. But look,
there's a lot of people that actually are like household.
I'm talking about cheaters. Been known to be cheaters.
Right.
I'm not a cheater. I just owed someone some money.
Right.
And that's that. Everybody in the world is owed somebody money.
Right.
They own a house, they own a car, they owed somebody money. Right. I'm being persecuted for owing someone some money.
A gambler.
Right. Some money.
When you gamble,
I'm being persecuted, bro.
Right, yeah.
Like I'm just like everybody else in America.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody owes somebody some money at some point in their life. They didn't get persecuted for it. So I just real talk. I know this live, so I'm gonna try not to curse.
Listen, what I would say is
stupid.
I'm gonna move on to the next thing, right?
Yeah,
but what I would say is this, right? When it comes to Chad Holloway, I would try to figure out who is approving these, and I would talk to that person.
I mean, because he has a podcast, bro. And they got over hundreds of thousands of people, 20,000 people.
Okay, but
I mean, at what point does this story die?
Have you ever played poker with Chad Holloway?
I don't know him, man. I seen him at a pool party once.
Do you know him?
I don't know him.
Have you loaned him any money?
Never met the man like that.
So you don't even know this guy either.
Don't know him in a day of my life. Okay. He's a guy that said that dude's great at poker, and I'm going to find something on him because I would hate to just say, you know what? Maurice wins all the time.
Right.
Maurice has 19 rings in the world. Maurice is the all-time money winner in the WSOP circuit.
Interesting. These guys keep bringing your name up.
Maurice, his numbers go up every year. Maurice is probably the greatest poker player of this century. Maurice is this. Maurice is that. These are things they don't want to say. But what they do want to say is he owed Randy some money.
Right.
Oh, that's what it is.
You need to dig in today. And find some dirt on it since they want to.
I mean, yeah, but see, I'm not like that though. I mean, what I can do is I can tell you that if you keep
you can find something on everybody.
If you keep on defaming my name, going after my likeness, trying to kill my brand, you're gonna get a lawsuit on your door. I guarantee it. And there's a good chance you will get that.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck.
So one other thing, and then we'll open it up to
the questions here.
Yeah,
that'd be great because I can't wait.
So hold on. So you had mentioned something about getting threats.
Yeah.
Right. You said you get threats. You've gotten voicemails. You said you've gotten messages to your DMs.
Yeah.
Kind of like, can you tell me a little bit about that?
But the threats be like, "Oh, monkey boy, you blah N-word,
racist stuff."
Yeah, pay them back or such and such. I'll come to your house. And when I was on the main event final table, not final 3 tables or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You saw him hang them from a tree. La 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 la. I mean, all of those type of things. Then you have the people you scumbag, pay them back. I mean, it's because people don't even look into the reason people are saying what they're saying.
Right.
They just jump on a herd mentality and run with it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I want people that know me, love me, bro.
Right.
Like, they'll die for me, like real life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to North Carolina, everybody in there loves me. If you go on a circuit, everybody loves me. The people that don't like me are people that don't even know me. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Make that make sense. It's because the news articles are talking to people that don't know me.
Mm-hmm.
They're the people who want to invest in me. They say, what about this article? What about that article? Or they don't pick up the phone.
Yeah, and they would be honest with you,
You think about where I would be if I was playing some big boy tournaments, doing the big boys things.
Mm-hmm.
I played the PCA, almost won.
So is that what you're saying? A lot of these guys are doing? They're using other cash, other people's cash.
Of course, they're leveraging.
So they're not. So the big names aren't using their own money.
And keep in mind though, I don't even want to play like the 100,000 to 50,000. I just don't want to be.
Why is that?
Because, bro, Think about this talent. I have the ability to wake up and go play a $400 tournament in 2 days, walk away with $30,000.
Okay.
Every time I go to a regular stop, these $400 tournaments and $1,000 tournaments, they're going to go on forever. Those high rollers have been cheated in and swayed and this and that. These $400 tournaments, they're at every city near you, and I dominate them. Why would I ever want to move away from that? I'm just tired of being disrespected, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want backing like that. I just want to not be disrespected.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to walk down the hall and not think that somebody going to try to run up on me on some foolishness. I want to be able to sleep at night and not think that somebody going to come to my house. I want to be able to dream big without having to deal with every asshole next to me saying to me that, oh, you owe this person, oh, you owe that person, going at me, trying to beat me just because of that. Although it helps me sometimes, but most of the time.
All right, so you're getting racist threats through voicemail and text.
Yeah, somebody got my phone number.
Somebody got your phone number.
Yeah, somehow.
So I mean, somebody you know gave your phone number out.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure how you can. I think doing more things like this is probably how you fight back.
I know, and normally I go by the
I mean,
rule
you keep
that
doing.
I don't do things like this.
I know, but what
it's
do,
needed,
right? But what you do is you get on here, right? And you kind of give your story, right?
Yeah, you
defend yourself.
I'm done working with people.
I know,
There's
but
no
listen,
more stories.
But listen, you get on here and you defend yourself.
Yeah,
that's one thing on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You keep paying Randy like you've been doing. You just made him a payment a couple weeks ago, so you just keep doing that, whether they're small or big. Mm-hmm. Keep giving them a payment, and just keep winning.
I'm gonna keep winning.
Just keep winning.
They're trying to stop.
Keep winning, and then whenever something like this happens, and what it seems from me on the outside looking in, it seems like everybody's trying to use your name as clickbait. Right?
Of course.
So when their username is clickbait, right? Why don't you get on here and you use your own name as clickbait, and you do another live and you respond to whatever it is that they're saying. I'm hoping this gave some people some context. I do think there needs to be a little bit more clarity around, maybe you should start using agreements moving forward.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe there should be something on paper so it's not he said, she said stuff.
Yeah.
Right. There just needs to be
maybe I just deal with people that's not trying to lie.
I mean, I think you're always gonna have.
It needs to be litigation on lawyers.
It just needs to be on paper, right?
Yeah.
You just need to because I'm still wondering, like, all right, what just getting clarity on it, right? But now I understand that.
Bro, she yelled.
They're betting on you. They're betting on you is what they're doing. They're taking a gamble on you.
She walked out the door screaming, "Don't give him money, bro!" Over to hundreds.
Yeah.
You can't do this type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, not when you knew what the deal was.
Not when my name's Maurice Hawkins and you trying to just diminish me, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'd like.
Can we open it up to these people, all the haters?
Yeah. Let me see what you got there. Let me see what you got. Let me see.
Yeah. Ask me a question. They always got something to say. Ask me a question. Anything.
All right.
I'm waiting.
Let's see. What do we got here? Damn, you got a lot of. Oh shit! You got a lot of messages in here. You got over 100 messages in here. Okay, so let's see what we got here. All right.
It's crazy because like normally it's so many people when I was talking about pay this person, pay that person. I'm waiting on somebody to say who I owe. Go ahead. Okay. Randy got a lawsuit against me.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Go ahead.
Chad Holloway said, Maurice is welcome to come on the Poker News podcast with Kanye, Mike, and I anytime he would like. There you go.
So, what are we going to talk about?
I mean, I'm assuming you'll talk about this, but that's positive.
That's positive.
That's positive, right?
That's positive because he never gave me a chance. He never gave me a chance to ever go and refute anything he said.
I got. He said that earlier on.
Yeah.
Right in the conversation, and we kind of spoke about him a few times, but so maybe he might have changed his tune since then.
Yeah.
Because we did talk about it, but I'm gonna say
litigation real.
No, but I'm gonna say this. I gotta respect that. He said, "Listen, I'll allow you to come on my platform."
Not? I'll go on there, but why not? Why now though?
Why
after years and years of defaming me? Why now though?
I know, but you can ask him. You can ask him when you get there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta respect that.
All right, go ahead.
I gotta respect that.
Yeah, all right.
Let me see.
I'm still waiting, bro.
Let me see.
Like, pay his backers. Like they always say, pay his backers. You guys, you got a chance to show me who I haven't paid. It's right there, question and answer. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. He's got the phone. If he sees anything, he's going to show me what backer I didn't pay. Still waiting.
Oh, Denise said your lessons did not help. She did say
it didn't help. That's good. Okay, so she admits that she took my lessons then. Okay. All right. Cool. That's cool. I'm glad there's some truth coming out of that mouth. I'm still waiting. Bro, do you see anything?
I'm scrolling. Keep scrolling. Okay, hold on. I want to see
the
bottom.
We got something. Waiting.
All right. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Denise was in here saying some stuff, so this is interesting for you to go back. Somebody had said, "Hey, Byron, ask him about Randy Garcia." So obviously, I did ask him.
Yeah, we talked about that. So I'm waiting on the other people, bro.
Somebody else said you can be on our podcast. Yeah. So yeah, you got other. Let me see.
It's strange.
Let me scroll to the bottom and see if I can get.
I just want to do this. I'm challenging America.
Let me see.
To tell me what backer I didn't pay, or stop talking about me to anybody. That's all I want. It's an easy game. It ain't really that hard. I'm waiting. It's right there, America. Tell me who I didn't pay. I promise you can't. Because every
Chad said you can come on tonight if you want to.
That's cool. I'll be on there tonight, bro.
That's crazy. Okay.
But my thing is, I get that. But I'm talking about all these people that say
somebody said define staking and divine versus backing. That's a question.
Staking versus backing.
That's just somebody. It was question. It's Miller time. He said define staking and backing.
Well, there's two types of staking agreements. There's pieces that buy a piece where you buy at a markup of 1.0 or 1.1. So if you charge 1.1, that means you will put up 1,100 for 10% of a $10,000 buy-in. If you do it at 1.3, that would be 1,300 of a 10% buy-in. Those you don't get any money back. There's another form of backing or staking where you put up the full amount, and then there's a red number on which you get the money back if you continue to work with that person. That's why a lot of poker players will be buried in makeup and basically don't want to keep playing if they're not winners because they don't see a way out. Because if I'm in a makeup number for 100,000 and I'm playing events that only pay 30,000, then how do I get out? I have to win 3 events. You get what I'm trying to say? So that would be my answer for that. But I answered that question. Can we get to the part where I did anything scrutinious? You can't find it, right?
Let me see. I'm trying to look.
Do you see anything? I mean, you looking too. You see anything? You see some questions? Oh, Kina, yeah.
Where's that at? But she's a poker news person. Yeah, where's that at? Did she ask one recently?
She asked me a question.
Listen, I need questions. I'm giving just put a question in here. Where
she asked me.
Where's that at? Okay, here it is. It says so. This is Kina England.
Good question, Kina.
She says this. She says it seems like there is a discrepancy between how much Denise gave you and how much you played. Mm-hmm. Did Denise officially end the agreement? Yes. If so, how?
Yes, Kina. To answer your question, in the text message that I have, I can show you on the screen, and I would love to show you Poker News if possible. She told me, I said, Denise, I only asked you for a ticket. And she said, yes, she's trying to take advantage of me. Take your liver ass home. Liver. I said, you're playing with my life. I don't like it. Please stop. She says, now go and walk. I don't know if that's a form of ending the agreement, but it seems like that when a person tells you to go home, that's the end of it. As well as I go, you're tripping on me. I lost 5 buy-ins and you didn't want to bring me any more buy-ins. I think that's a form of not giving me more money to buy into the tournaments. It's a form of not ending the agreement. So there you go, Kina. That's a good question. I like that. Good question. Yeah, go ahead. You see somebody?
This one gentleman, his name is Demoski. He keeps asking, why does Denise think you owe her?
She's delirious. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I want to know what she thought I owed him too. That's why I told her to get out my face. I mean, that's it. Can the news article run where Maurice shows Byron, should I show him the text message?
We'll show it if,
because I want to show the text message. I want to show everything I'm saying.
That'll be. I don't even know if we can do it.
Yeah, we can't do it. Yeah, let's go. I mean, bro, I don't know what. I'm tired of being persecuted, bro. JMO. Who's JMO?
Yeah, somebody. So we got a question here. Says, who's your land craps? Says, how much do you owe JMO?
Yeah, to ask him what that means.
Okay, so who's your land craps? Can you elaborate on what JMO is?
Yeah.
And then somebody else says 20 people have said you owe JMO.
Who is that?
Somebody slice NH said the interviewer is a joke.
Okay, that's cool. But I want to know who JMO is.
I'm just a guy. I'm not a professional interviewer. You know what I'm saying? just so whoever slice NH is, I'm not a professional interviewer. I'm just a guy asking him questions.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So I agree with you. I'm not a professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know who JMO is though. Can we know?
I don't know. I've asked it. You never. Let me see. Yeah, they keep asking.
David Bell. Oh,
it says you never paid.
Oh, that's perfect. David Bell, right? I don't know who that is. Oh, David Bell. We can talk about David Bell. That's a beautiful person. So David Bell backed me a while back, which was back in my early stages. And David Bell put me in tournaments, and then after I lost, he thought that his tournaments were alone. Same exact scenario.
Yeah, so that's why I said you got to have paperwork. You got to have some clarity on that.
That's exactly.
Because if you're not a gambler, because everybody, all these people are gamblers.
Yeah.
So if you're not a gambler, you don't know that, right?
Yeah, but why would a person ever? Why would I ever let you loan me money?
Yeah,
and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna take your loan, and if I win, I'm gonna give you 50%.
But is that how it goes? It looks like Keena asked a question. Keena England. So I'm gonna get to hers.
Yeah,
but is that how this thing goes? Like,
hey, bro, if you put somebody in a tournament and they lose, you lose your money.
Okay, yes.
And if you work with them in the future, you get your money back.
But even in the bigger guy, the guys who
the bigger guys, if they sell at 1.1 or 1.2,
not sell, but I'm saying if they get put into
if they put in full buy-in, they have a red number. You get it back if you keep staking them.
And that's how it goes with not just you, the big games.
It goes with everybody.
Yeah,
it's known. What was Keenan's question?
All right, so here's Keena. She said, it seems like there's a discrepancy between how much. Says it seems like there's a discrepancy between how much Denise gave you and how much you played. Did Denise officially end the agreement? Did I already ask that question?
Yeah, you asked the question.
Okay, all right,
I answered the question.
All right, hold on, let me see.
Yeah. I mean, and Denise, I got your text message, so I don't know what, I hope you understand that keep on calling me names and scammers and things has litigational problems with you.
Jason Moe, not David. Okay.
Yeah. So now that we've went through this question and answer.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
I don't see any questions.
I'm not seeing any straight.
I don't see anybody that I owe. Can we stop this narrative? It would be nice to stop the narrative. So that's it. Oh yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Why don't you have Cody?
I don't even know who Jason Moe is, and I've never met.
Nicole Prada said something that was interesting. She said, "Why don't you have Cody or other backers speak on your behalf?"
I mean, Cody.
I think that's legitimate.
Cody loves me, but you can walk up to him any day you want to. He's at every tournament stop in the South.
Green Man Philly said, "Why did you and Cody's arrangement stop?"
Because we just moved on and we good. I mean, Cody backed me and we moved on.
Somebody asked, "How much do you owe Jason Moe?"
I don't know who that is, bro. So. I mean, I wish we could use names. I don't know who Jason Moe is. I wish I knew. I don't know who that is. You keep saying Jason Moe. Well, does this man have a name? Still waiting on a name. All right. I don't know who that is. So I never worked with a Jason Moe. So once again, people just throwing out stuff to sound cool, but don't know who Jason Moe is. But that's cool.
Me and a lot of Jason Moe.
They keep saying it. Don't know who that is. But
hey, somebody give me a shout out.
Yeah.
Wayne Simmons. I don't know who he
That's
is.
cool.
Shout out to Wayne Simmons. He
You
said,
notice how we're just sitting
Hey,
here waiting.
Hey, my
waiting,
man said,
waiting.
listen, my man said, shout out to B for interviewing. He said, I was there in Tampa when you won the ring. Much love to you, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wayne
Ain't no
Simmons,
wrong
man.
with that.
I don't know him, but that's what's up.
Well, to help you out, I don't owe Jason Moe any money because I don't know who the hell that is. So there you go.
He said he's famous in the poker community. That's what
that's cool.
That's what Chad Holloway said he's famous in it.
But still, he might be real famous, but I don't know him. And Chad, you're welcome to have Jason Moe come in on video chat when I come on your podcast, and that will help this out. Because, like I said, I don't know who Jason Moe is. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting to see a bunch of questions. I think we're done with this.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done with this here. Yeah. What's up? Let me see.
Oh, on the record.
Let me see Jason Moe.
This is Jason Moe.
Let me see him.
I never met this man a day in my life. Just on the record.
This is Jason Moe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've never met that man a day in my life. I don't even know who that is. So I owe him any damn thing.
This is Jason Moe.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Never seen him a day in my life.
Pull him up on the. Let me pull him up.
But the thing is,
hold on, let me pull him up.
I never met this man.
Now I'm gonna pull him up on the screen there.
No, but it's great though. The thing is, this is just some more of what they do. I never met this man.
No, I'm gonna pull it, Maurice. I'm gonna pull it up right there.
Bro. I never met this man. Jason Moe.
Jason Moe. What was that on you on?
Like that, and then type poker player.
Poker player? Okay.
Oh, he's in Tampa. It's even better.
Is he?
Not even from here.
All right. So it looks like is there more than one Jason Moe?
No.
Looks like this guy right here has won 963,000. That's probably him, right? Let me see.
Make sure you're human.
This guy right here. So this guy you owe the money to?
I don't know that guy. Never met him. Never ate with him. Never seen him before. Didn't even know who he was.
Or maybe he's got 1.9 million in winnings.
So now we put that to bed. So you can stop talking about Jason Moe.
Let me see your phone again. Let me see if there's anything else that popped up there.
Okay. Another question? Why no disrespect to you, Maurice? If you're a winning player, why do you need backers and staking? Homeboy, my lifestyle is real big, and I have a few leagues, so I get back in here and there. But does it really matter if I produce money all the time?
Yeah, but okay, so isn't that normal? Don't they all?
Yeah,
use
I mean,
backers?
there's just a person trying to,
but they all use backers.
diminish
so
me somehow. It's okay though. Everybody uses backer here and there sometimes. It's okay.
Right. Like everybody, like you mean some of the big names though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, I always send receipts to all of my backers. So never had a problem with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've done everything we needed to do.
Yeah, that live wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
Because there's nothing to it to be.
I was expecting it to be like, when I say not that live, I mean those questions. I was expecting it to be like this person. They
don't
this
have
person.
it, bro. Yeah, the reason that it's not there is because this is all a culture herd mentality of people just going off what they heard or said and going. So we ended up with Jason Moe, the person I've never met that I owe. What do you know? A unicorn. This is great. Nice to meet you, Jason.
All right. Is there anything else you want to?
No.
I think we went.
I think we good. I think personally, I don't think there's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
What more can I say?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Keep doing you. Right. Keep winning. Right. Because if you weren't winning, they wouldn't be talking about you.
I challenge this. The next time when I win number 20 in Cherokee,
right.
Let's see if they put in there some more negative connotation.
Well, no, I mean, if you go on Chad Holloway's, podcast and you holler at him and you guys have a face to face and I'm pretty sure you guys,
so how would I do that?
Could talk it out. I don't know, but like I said, keep winning, keep doing you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Keep being a polarizing figure that you're doing.
Hey, yo, Chad, Instagram me on Ambition1 and tell me how to get on your podcast so we can talk about this. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was I saying?
You saying keep doing you.
Yeah, make long story short, man. Just keep doing you, bro.
All right, I will.
You know, once you get to the top, you very rarely are gonna avoid this kind of stuff when you reach the top.
Yeah.
Right. You know some of my stories and some of the things I've been through as
Yeah.
well. You ain't gonna avoid this. You're gonna have to deal with this. So,
but my question is, will there be vindication? Will there be articles that Maurice hushes the noise?
I don't know, but like I said, you got to fight back. This is how you fight back.
You
get on there and you speak your truth, right? I'm sure that this will be, this will be shared and people will be able to see this and they'll be able to see how authentic you are.
Yeah.
They might not hear like exactly what you hear, but at the end of the day, it is what it is,
Yeah.
So, but there does need to be some clarity around
backing deals or whatever.
But
when a person tells you to go home, that's probably the end of the backing deal, right?
Yeah, man, I would argue and say that's probably the end of the deal. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
I would probably say that.
I just want to make sure. I think go home be like, if you tell your girl to go home, that might be the end of your relationship, right?
Probably the end of the deal,
all right, y'all. Hey, yo, love y'all.
All right now.